Good Thursday morning. Thankful Thursday. How are you this morning? I am absolutely great and ready to take on today. Yesterday was busy, I tell you. I don't know why January is like so crazy busy, but it is. I am thankful because busy means working, busy means paying bills, busy means taking care of business. So very thankful for all those things. Thankful for people that show up and do what they say they're going to do. Yesterday, I had like craziness. I had to do 58 other things that I needed to do normally. And so got them all done. And in the afternoon, I went to the business meeting in Holly Hill. And shout out to Becky, who organized that, and for the great speakers she had. If you're a business owner in Holly Hill, what a great thing to attend. It was the first time I attended. I did not know what to expect. Met some new people, met some people I've known. And so just a great meeting, though. They had two wonderful speakers. I'd heard both of them, but I learned something new on both of them. And then, went around the room and introduced your business and stuff. And I definitely will be going back to that. Definitely will be going back to the business meeting in the city of Holly Hill. And it was just a great opportunity. And it was great because, when you're doing stuff with your business and you're trying to figure out what God's plan is and where it's going and different things, sometimes you wonder, is this my plan, God's plan? Whose plan is this? And actually, it's a constant plan, and it made me feel really good because innovating is something that you constantly need to be doing in your business. And so I feel that is what we're doing here at WAPN by adding the YouTube channel. And it was cute because I said that, and people were, taking down our YouTube channel, and that really blessed my heart. So very excited to see what God's plan is and where he's going and how he's changing. And, my statement is that we did YouTube because the younger generation doesn't even know what a radio is, but it's a great stepping stone for different things. And so yesterday, Pastor Jim was in here, and I put him on, all the technology, and I saw people writing underneath that, and that was blessing me. And so sometimes you wonder, are you like the only one out there? Are you the only one that's doing it? Or is it really something that's important or not important? And I love that we have God Guide WAPN, and we listen. And I love it when you, as a listener, participate, or you as a ministry. We had a new ministry in here yesterday, and I loved how they found us. They were seeking on a regular radio. And, I always say that, seeking for Jesus. And so that is how they found WAPN. So it's always interesting to me to see the different things that I do every day and how people find us and what they recall about us. Like we had a business owner here in town. He said, "Why wake up with her every morning?" And I was like, that blessed my heart. That just blessed my heart. Somebody else said, "Well, now I get to meet the person that's behind the person on social media." Again, blessed my heart, because when you're doing all these things every day, you wonder, is it the right thing? Are you being too transparent? Are you not being transparent enough? What is it? So thank you for everybody. Thank you for the city of Holly Hill, like I said, that's doing this business thing every month. Very educational. I love learning. I think you should be learning something every day. I think that you should try something new and get out of your comfort zone. And people always ask me, are you not into Christian radio? And I am a Christian radio station. Our salvation and praying is our number one thing on WAPN. It was from the very beginning, and it will be till we're done. But I believe that you've got to stay relevant. You have to stay with what's going on. And so I was thinking about that as I was sitting there, and I was thinking, when apps first started coming out, I didn't even know what an app was, but I knew we had to have it. And I contacted Shane, and Shane went to Apple School, and the next thing you knew, we launched an app. And that has been a wonderful tool for WAPN. And we were one of the first people that streamed on the internet. And, people were like, why would you want to do that? Because we just had a feeling that was going to be something that would work. Then people will say, well, why do you do Instagram? Why do you do Twitter? Why do you do... Because it's ways of getting the word out there. And then, of course, Facebook Live. I love it. When we're on live on the radio, let's do that. But me, can't be happy with one thing. Got to come up with another idea. So the YouTube was the next thing. I don't think I'll be a TikToker. I have not I get the niche for a lot of people. I just don't get the niche for me yet. And so, but I do appreciate constantly, like I said, evolving, changing, being relative to what's going on. But the same thing that started WAPN 40 years ago, praying for people, the salvation, giving you an opportunity, no matter what size ministry you were, to be a part of the WAPN family. You're a part of us. And so, like I said, I love interviewing. If I've never interviewed you before, I would like to interview you. That is so interesting to me. And it's so funny because I was never live on the air until my mother died, and they told me I had to do it. And I was Shelly raw. Let me just tell you, I was raw. But I remembered what I liked about an interview. And so I don't do an interview like anybody else. I don't write down questions. I don't pre-ask you all your stuff. I like to go live on the air. We're at a kitchen table. That's what I call this little area in here. I want it to look like a kitchen table. And I want to be finding out what I would want to know about your business or your ministry or your nonprofit. And so that's kind of just how I went for it. And I absolutely love interviewing people. I do. I love finding out about their niche in the community, because we're a niche. No matter what, you're a niche, and my husband and I were talking about it last night. And Tim happens to be a niche in this area, and he doesn't even have to advertise or anything. And I know that's funny coming from your wife having a radio station and you don't have to advertise. His word of mouth and his showing up, and that's a huge thing in my life, is showing up. No matter what, show up. Or their phone works both ways. Call me or text me or whatever, because that's important. Communication. Yes, I'm in communication. Yes, I'm in a radio station. But those are very, very important things. My husband doesn't carry his phone with him. He would lose it on a mower or chop it up on a mower or whatever. So it's in the truck. Now, that is hard sometimes, because I'm like, well, what if something happened to me? Well, I do have daughters, and I do know a lot of people, so I'm sure I would be fine. But I would want my husband there. But texting. Now, I think texting, I was the worst advocate on texting. No, I do not want to. I boycotted texting like you can't believe. Now, I'm a texter. It's so much easier. I can just tell you what. And you know what's even better now? You can delay the text to, be at 9 o'clock or whatever, because I'm an early bird. And I don't want to text you at that time of morning. Now, it's funny. I have done that. And if I have texted you at 4 something in the morning, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Because they didn't have that feature. And I think, well, they'll look at it whenever they want. But if you're like me and you sleep with the phone, then it's like, it's beeping at you and you got to answer it. So now you can delay your texts. So I love that. I love that businesses use text, because like me, I might be live on the air, or I might be helping a pastor. And so you can text me, hey, Shelly, are you available today? What time is open today? Whatever it is. So the way you communicate, the way you show up, the way you handle it is neat. Now, I happen to be one person that is thankful for COVID and how it changed the narrative. And people go, what do you mean it changed the narrative? It changed the narrative on how you can run your business. And I'm so thankful for it. Back in the day, you had to have your business open X amount of hours, blah, 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 blah. Well, now people are appointment setting. People know that you fluctuate. You're in the community. You're doing other stuff. You've closed down to maybe take care of something or to go do that errand. Like, I need to run to the big market store today and get some supplies. So, hey, I can do that during the normal day because I have scheduled myself to be able to do that. Back in the day, you couldn't do that because people would be like, well, your hours are. Now your hours are more flexible. And it works better and makes you a better employer. It makes you a better business. It makes you a better person, I feel, because when you have flexibility and you're not burning yourself out. And so, you have to come up with your niche, but you have to show up and you have to communicate that. And you have to allow people to know how you do it. For me in WAPN, if I am here, of course, you can knock on the door, ring the buzzer, whatever. Or if I'm live on the air, I will prop the door so that you can come on in. You'll see me in a window and you can wait for me until I get done, or leave me a note or whatever you got to do. Texting me and saying, hey, are you available? is awesome. And so those are things that I have used for the good of WAPN. And so allow God to help you. Allow God to help you figure it all out. I was talking yesterday about prayer line. Prayer line is our number one thing on WAPN. Now, there's some pastors on WAPN that are right up there, but prayer line is our solid. Prayer line is something that's been part of WAPN, which was my mom back in the day. And we have always had a prayer line. And, I've had to, in this last year, I've been questioned on prayer line. I have been put in a spot on prayer line about, well, we could get this grant, but they don't allow praying. Well, no. WAPN was founded on prayer, and we will always have prayer. So sometimes you will get a challenge in business or in personal or in life. And well, you've got to look back and see, what was the foundation? What did God do? What was the shift that happened that has made you successful or has continued you for 40 years or whatever the item is? And for me in WAPN, it is showing up and it is prayer line. And so I love it that when I'm out and about, and I thank you so much, you listeners, you people, you business owners, you pastors, you ministries, when you're bold and you tell me, hey, I got up with you, that makes my day. Or, hey, I schedule my lunch around prayer line, or I listen to Daily Rayleigh, or Chris Sarno. Is Chris really like that during in normal life? Or how about Joe Pudding? Is he really a historian? Is he really teach like that? Yes. Or how about John Jay and his Jewish heritage and going to, on the Holy Land trip with the Jewish people, and he talks about that. And how about the prayer center? I just love it when people approach me and ask me, because I have a personal relationship with each and every one of these ministries on WAPN. It's very special, very unique, and very thankful for the years that I've got to be part of these ministries' lives and these churches. So I just was really reflecting from that meeting last night that how important it is to put yourself in your community, how important it is to be uncomfortable. Yeah, and you're saying uncomfortable? Yeah, I know y'all don't believe this, but I do get intimidated when it's outside of the little Christian realm, my little sanctuary here. I get intimidated because I feel like, well, am I worthy? Should I do that? Whatever. But let me just tell you, God goes before me every single where I go. I pray before I even leave the door, before I get in my SUV, before I show up and do anything. And I appreciate the community that I live in. I love Holly Hill. I appreciate my neighbors all around WAPN, and excited to see the growth in Holly Hill and to see what God is doing in Holly Hill. 40 years we've been at the same location. 40 years we've done radio. We have innovated ourselves over the 40 years several times. Several times we've reinvented. Several times we've changed. But aren't we a constant that is always growing? Isn't God always teaching us? Isn't he always guiding us? Isn't he always helping us? But the number one thing is prayer. You need to start your day with prayer, end your day with prayer. All throughout the day, be praying. And sometimes it's just as easy as Jesus. And people always laugh at me. Really? Yeah. And another thing, just talking to Jesus like you talk to me. And that's my motto. Is I'm not like all perfectly when I do it. Somebody said to me the other day, it was so cute. Well, I'm sure you pray better than me. And I'm thinking, there's no such thing as praying better than somebody else. It's talking to Jesus. And so today, as you start this Thankful Thursday, start your day with prayer. Start your day with an attitude of gratitude. Start your day praising the Lord. And start your day asking, what are we going to do today? And be ready to see where God is going to lead you and guide you and help you along the way. And when you allow God to lead you, guide you, and help you along the way, It's going to be a great day. And so I'm excited. Thankful Thursday. It's time to clean the radio station and get the stuff to the road and do some other things. Got to go buy some supplies. Those are things that people don't see in radio. Yeah. You have to clean the toilets. You have to take the trash out. You have to do all those things. You have to go buy the supplies. But that is part of being a business owner, and that is part of life. And I'm thankful. I am thankful. I actually like doing those things. And I don't know if I always did. But when God showed me, those are things you have to do, and you have to have joy as you're doing them. I change my stinking thinking and get excited what I get to do every day. Well, y'all, let's get our favor on and get this day going. God would not have put a dream in your heart if he had not equipped you with what you need. And I believe every day he equips me with what I need to do here at WAPN, and I am thankful for that. Well, we're decluttering. And this week we're on random miscellaneous items. And it's funny because I keep finding random miscellaneous items, and I've been going through the stack. You'll have that stack of, just mail that maybe you want something out of it. Open it up, throw it out, shred it, get done, move on. That's what I'm doing this week. And then your medicine cabinet. Yeah. We got to clean out that medicine cabinet, look to see if it's expired or not. That's a thing that, like, the days and weeks and months go by so fast that I'm not good at. I'm getting better at. But that is something, expiration dates. Read them, people. They're there for a reason. It is Thursday, Thankful Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. The weather today, 69 with low 56. Madison, 73 with a low 48. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Nakia and Amanda and Billy and Hannah and Pastor Joe Pudding. Shout out to Pastor Joe Pudding. Send him a message today. Tell him happy birthday. Brittany and Lindsay and Jeanette and everybody, Jeannie and everybody else that's celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. Yes, you can deliver these to me today. Blonde brownies. I didn't know there was I thought that was like a joke, blonde brownies. Once you try one, you'll never go back. They're so yummy. Remember, we've got like 100,000 extra people into our community this weekend for the Rolex 24 and Taste of 24. Y'all get out and participate. Be part of our community. It's fun. We live in a great opportunity, a great place. So get out and do it. Remember, if you'd like to donate to WAPN, 1508 State Avenue in Holly Hill, you can come on by the radio station, or you can go over to our website, WAPN.net, click on Give Now, and donate right there. Become a monthly partner, whatever you'd like to do. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. I got to record somebody, and I got to get the station clean, and I got to get to the big box store and get her going. Y'all have a wonderful, great day. I am praying for you as you pray for me.